All right, we are live on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Eli. Glad you could all join me here today for a very special show. It's been a while since I've done an in-studio stream. I have a lot of information to share with you folks here today, catch you folks up with what's been going on with myself and my lady Dawn. And lots of good stuff, coming very, very soon. But before we get to all of that, first of all, let me make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. I have been tinkering around with the computer and software and hardware and all that good stuff that most people don't even know what I'm talking about because it's kind of crazy, but fixed it all up. I'll share more about that in a second. But anyway, let me make sure that the YouTube back end is rolling smoothly here. Waiting for the YouTube back end, and it looks like it is rolling smoothly. Let me also check out the back end of Facebook, and it looks like it is rolling smoothly. That's good. And the YouTube notification has gone out. Let me do a sound check on both Facebook and YouTube real quick. Thank you folks here today. Catch you folks up with what's been going on with myself and my lady Dawn, and lots of good stuff, coming very, very soon. But before we get... All right, YouTube is rolling well. Let's check out Facebook here. Let's check out Facebook. Hold on a second here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It says I am live on Facebook. Let me see here. All right, YouTube is rolling well. Let's check out Facebook here. Let's check out Facebook. All right, Facebook seems to be rolling well. It's all good. I'm going to be going back and forth between the Facebook chat and the YouTube chat. Hey, Bayou Repair Guy, Raleigh, how are you doing? Great to see you here on the main channel. It's been a while since I've done an in-studio stream on the main channel or one in general. I'm going to share some updates here. And we're also going to be talking about never give up on your purpose, because that's giving up on yourself. If you give up on your purpose, you basically are giving up on yourself. And I've got to tell you, folks, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. I think we all know that, or we should all know that. And if not, that's why I'm here to help you understand this, that if you give up on your purpose, you are in essence giving up on yourself. So, where am I going to start off today? First of all, I apologize about yesterday. I had scheduled to do this stream on YouTube and Facebook yesterday. But some other things came up, and I needed to help my girlfriend, Dawn, with some stuff around the house. And so I decided to put it off. Also, I was having some software issues. I use open broadcast software, OBS. And OBS has made some great updates to their software over the last, I would say, 6 to 8 months or so. But when they made some major updates, right now I'm using the latest version 30.2.2. After version 27.2.4, I believe, which is what I was on, they made some changes that screwed up a lot of the hardware I was using. And my hardware is still fairly new. My laptop's only 2 years old, and I've got an i9 processor, I've got, a great graphics card, etc. I've got top-notch, current equipment. But the newer versions of OBS, was not functioning properly with my setup. So I reverted back to OBS version 27.2.4. And yesterday there was an issue. I found out about the live chat that you see on the screen over here on the left. If you're on Facebook, the live chat of YouTube is on the screen over here, okay? YouTube did an update to where they more so secured being able to use CSS scripts to transparently show the live chat on your screen through, software, broadcasting programs like OBS. And there was a workaround for it, but the workaround only works on the latest version. So, I said, okay, well, it's been, 3 versions since, the change to version 28 of OBS that, wasn't working with my system. Let me see if they fixed all the issues. Well, I upgraded to version 30.2.2 yesterday, and everything works perfectly. They fixed everything. I was able to use the temporary fix. Well, it's kind of like a permanent patch that was put out by some members of the OBS community, Open Broadcast Software community, and they're going to be patching it permanently on their next fix. So everything is rolling smoothly. It just took me a while to figure it out, and that's why I didn't go live yesterday. My apologies for those that were waiting for the stream yesterday. Let's see in the chat here. Donna, hey, welcome. Hi from England, 7 p.m. here, so I've managed to catch a live. How you doing, Donna? Thank you for getting the notification and coming over here on the main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. This is the channel that was formerly known as Coach Elias Melas, and since the rebrand almost a month ago, it is now GNA, which is short for Genuine Networking Association, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. So thank you for being here. More about why I'm streaming here on the main channel in a second here. Byron Paraga says Intel has a $30 billion liability on their processor recall. That's pretty crazy, man. Yeah, I heard about what you told me yesterday regarding 12th and 13th generation processors. Mine is a 10th generation i9 10885H, 5.3 gigahertz, 8 core, 16 thread, and it's been rolling smoothly, no problems at all. But I feel sorry and feel bad for the people that are having issues with the newer Intel chips. Typically, Intel has great quality control and quality assurance, but I guess this kind of slipped through the cracks, or maybe they hired the wrong people. Or maybe the people that were there for a while that were doing it the right way, maybe they retired. Who knows? But thank you for making me aware of that, Raleigh. And Raleigh, just so you know, I'm not going to say anything here. I did get your email yesterday, and I completely understand where you're coming from. I'm not going to say anything. I'll email you later on today or tomorrow when I get a chance. And yeah, all I have to say about that, Raleigh, is, in this world, you only get back what you put out. What you put out, you get back. And the way that you treat people is the way they're going to treat you, right? And, if you mess with people's lives, they're going to mess with yours when they get the opportunity. Even though I'm not that kind of person, I'm not a spiteful and vindictive type of person. I can just, ignore things that, people have done to me and not feel the need to retaliate. But most human beings naturally feel the need to retaliate. So, anyway, thank you. I appreciate that, Raleigh. And, the email you sent me, honestly, man, I don't wish any harm upon anyone or anything, And, I wish everyone the best, man. fire repair guy Intel hiring those woke people that are extremely left. And so the company kind of went downhill. Well, the high-tech industry has always been primarily, people from the left because they're here in California, man. But anyway, I don't think politics really have anything to do with quality control or quality assurance. It has to do with, the capacity of the people they hire, the capacity of their brain, their work ethic, right, et cetera, right? But anyway, so why am I streaming here on the main channel? I mentioned this a few weeks back in a community posting. I just haven't had a chance to, do an in-studio stream in a little while. As you notice, this channel is also monetized. You see the $sign at the bottom of the chat. That's the super chat and the super sticker. On this channel, please do not buy a membership. Please do not purchase any memberships here unless you want to see 20 older pre-recorded videos. That's up to you. If you want to watch those, you'll need to purchase the $4.99 package, but I don't plan on putting out members-only content on here anytime soon. I will get some more pre-recorded videos in the future, members-only on here, but that probably won't happen until the end of this year or the beginning of next year, 2025. There's a lot that's coming up. Towards the end of this year, we're also in an election year, and there's just a lot to do. And I've got a lot going on with my girlfriend Dawn and her health stuff and doctor's appointments and other family stuff that, if you do purchase a membership on this channel here, you're going to get like 20 pre-recorded videos that are a couple of years old. I mean, it's evergreen content, but, I suggest if you're going to get a membership, get it on the second channel, GNA2. Genuine Live Personal Development, links below in the description section as well. Or I'm also, Nightbot's actually sharing the old link to the channel, which still works. It says youtube.com/Coach Eli 2. That link still works. I will be changing that. I haven't had a chance to update Nightbot over here on this end regarding that, but the actual links for the donation links are accurate. So yeah, I'm streaming over here because I haven't done any content on this channel for 4 months. And if you go longer than 6 months without making a community posting or posting content or putting out content, YouTube will remove you from the YouTube Partner Program. And even though I've made some postings, I don't want to take any chances. Plus, I also want to keep my watch time above 4,000 hours in a 12-month period. So I'm streaming over here from the studio only for I'll be doing this for the next month and a half, 2 months at the most, just to get some more content back out here. And as things get more and more settled regarding the transition from the Coach Eli brand to now Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short, I'll be doing more pre-recorded videos on this main channel here, and then the in-studio live streams, like I'm doing right now, will go back to the live streaming channel GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. If you're on Facebook, whether you're here live or on the replay, if you go in the description section of the live event, you will see links to both of... Hold on a second. All right, folks, give me a second. I'll be right back. Dawn needs something. I'll be right back, okay? All right, all right, all right. We should be back live. We should be back live. We're going to scratch and get right back down to business. Welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm sorry about that. Dawn was trying to get my attention from the other room because she needed to send me some important information before she forgets the information regarding health insurance. She got a phone call and wanted to make me aware of that. All is well. It's just, she was not going to interrupt me for any other reason. She knew I was on live. So just wanted to make that clear there. And I do apologize for I apologize for the interruption there, folks. This is, live TV, right? Like they say, live television, you never know what's going to happen. And I'm a one-man show, and, I produce my own stuff. I run my own tech. I, create everything myself. When you do it all on your own, you never know what's going to happen. So my apologies for that. WrestlerMania's in the house. Oh, by the way, folks, there's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out here on both YouTube and Facebook. Let me check and see if there's anybody on Facebook. Okay, nothing on Facebook. How you doing, WrestleMania Jamie? How's it going, man? Welcome to the show. Great to see you here. It's been a while. And let me make sure that everything's still rolling smoothly here. As well, it's just she was not going to interrupt me for any other reason. She knew I was on live, so just wanted to make that. All right, we're good. We're good. Yeah, so I was saying, I'm back on the main channel because I just want to be compliant with the YouTube partner program and all that. Yeah, hey, WrestleMania, hello at GNA, Genuine Personal Development. Nice name change. Yeah, it's my organization that I've been running since 2011. I decided to do a rebrand about a month ago or so, and it's been in progress. And so GNA is short for Genuine Networking Association. You can see it if you go into the channel at the top banner. And yeah, there's a lot of changes, a lot of good changes going on. But thank you for that, Jamie, WrestleMania. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff going on for me personally and professionally. It's all good stuff. It's just a lot of stuff, and just trying to, put all the pieces together, gather up all the pieces, put them together, take care of everything, one step at a time, right? And so that is that. And Don and I, oh, by the way, all the other live streams are still going to remain on the live streaming channel, GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development, formerly known as Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. You can go below in the description on both YouTube and Facebook and get the link to that channel. Make sure you're subscribed over there with the bell on and select all notifications, because all the mobile streams will still be happening over there. So the Walking with Purpose streams and any other members only live streams, whether they're from mobile or any other way, will be on GNA2 Genuine Live Personal Development. It's just the in-studio streams are going to be over here for a while. And most of the in-studio streams from this point on, unless they're specifically catered to the YouTube audience only, will be simulcasted on Facebook as well. All right, so now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about the topic here today. Never give up on your purpose, because that's giving up on yourself. One more time. Never give up on your purpose, because that's giving up on yourself. I'm going to tell you, folks, I've been doing this for 6.5 years or so now, and I really love what I do. I really love helping people. I really love sharing my stories. I really love helping uplift people. I love sharing information with them that will better their lives. Maybe it'll help them save some money on certain purchases. I just, love being there for people, supporting people, uplifting them, And this is how I've always been my entire life. WrestleMania says, wife and I have now retired, but seem to be busier than ever. LOL. Elias now is driving. That's Elias is WrestleMania's son. Wonderful, man, with the same name as myself. And has 2 part-time jobs and maybe moving out within the next couple years if he continues to develop. Fingers crossed. Wow. Yeah, your son has autism, if I remember correctly, Jamie, a.k.a. WrestleMania channel. That's awesome news, man. That is wonderful, man. God bless you and your son, and your wife, the rest of your family. Wow, man. That is amazing, you know. And these changes for the better don't happen overnight. They take time. A lot of people don't realize, WrestleMania, that it takes time and patience and perseverance to make positive change and to move the needle forward. And that's why I'm saying here today, never give up on your purpose, because that's basically like giving up on yourself, you know. So, you know, I've been doing this for a while, and, you know, it's had its challenges. I've had many challenges out here on YouTube. Even when I used to run my organization, the January Networking Association, or GNA for short, in person, we had our challenges. But I've always had the vision of moving it forward and turning it more into a nonprofit organization, which eventually there will be a division of the GNA that will be nonprofit, but there will also be a for-profit, you know, division as well. But my goal with the GNA has always been to, you know, help people in the most honest, ethical, and genuine ways possible, both personally and professionally. At no cost, if possible, but if there has to be a fee, a reasonable, low-cost fee. And that's why, you know, at some point, going the nonprofit route will allow us to take donations specifically to, you know, offer free services to people that can't afford them, and people that can afford the service, you know, we can subsidize most of it through the nonprofit, meaning that, you know, you'll pay a low fee. Okay. But I will tell you, folks, when you have a big vision like I do, this is my purpose. This is what defines me. This is what makes me who I am. And if I were to give up on this purpose and this vision, I, in essence, would be giving up on myself. And I would not be a fun person to be around. I would not love myself. I would just be an unhappy and miserable person. And, you know, I want to say this as respectfully as possible, and you folks can take it for whatever it's worth. I've encountered so many miserable fucking people out here on YouTube, and even some in the real world when we were networking in person through the GNA, but many more out here on YouTube, because it's a global online video sharing platform with around 2.8 billion monthly active users. So you're going to get all walks of life. Give me a second here. Okay. So you're going to get all walks of life, right? And, you know, I'm not coming out here today to complain. I'll get to your message in a second, WrestleMania. Once again, folks, there's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out while we're here live, both on YouTube and Facebook. I'm not here to complain about the past. What's done is done, right? You know, I'm not going to say anything negative about anyone because I've had enough to say over the years, including as recent as earlier this year. And, I used to also feel the need to tackle things head on. And, at one point I thought even tackling, things head on, when it comes to unreasonable people, I thought it was the right way to handle things. And I've learned it's really not. Maybe for a little while, but after a while, you just got to say, hey, it's just time to move on. It's just time to, fully just, ice everyone out cold turkey and just move forward. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I'm only sharing this because I want to share with you folks that if you're struggling with the same thing, if you're trying to grow a business online or just, even run a channel as a hobby, a YouTube channel as a hobby, or have a social media presence as a hobby, right? A lot of people started off as a hobby, and then if it starts to take off and makes them money, then they make it a full-time career, right? And you're all going to have people that, are going to say some things to you that aren't so nice, right? But you can't let that affect you. You can't let that affect you. You just gotta ignore it and let it go, right? I've gotten to the point of where, like I mentioned in the past on my other channel, GNA2, Genuine Life Personal Development, I mentioned through some streams that I've gone as far and figured out ways to Google block people. That's above and beyond hiding the user from the channel. So on YouTube, you can hide the user from the channel, and that way they can't comment on your channel, through live chats or through the comment sections of your videos. But they can still tag you in, and then when they tag you in, it really affects your search engine optimization. And I've received some emails from some good longtime supporters. I'm not going to mention who they are. Quite a few of them. And they've said, hey, people keep tagging me in, and it's affecting, my search relevancy. Because it was affecting mine. It used to affect mine. Until I figured out that you can now actually Google block people that are tagging you in. So whenever they use your tag to mention you, if you go into the YouTube app of that YouTube account and go to the mentions section and you tap the three dots to the right, you can only do this from mobile. You can't do it from Studio on desktop. I don't know why. But on mobile, if you go to the mentions section of your channel, and if people are tagging you in that are abusing the tagging system, you can click the three dots and it'll give you an option to block. And then when you click block and you actually block them, you're not only blocking them on YouTube, you're blocking them across the entire Google platform because, as we all know by now, YouTube is owned by Google. Okay? So that's what I've done. And when you block them from tagging you, now, of course, it can come back on multiple accounts, but then all you do is keep blocking them. It's real simple to go through your mentions every day. And if you have 5 or 10 people, that are spam tagging you to try to, use your name for clout and to try to devalue your content and make theirs look more relevant, all you do is you block them. And guess what? In the future, they can still tag you in, but it will have no relevancy because Google and YouTube now know you blocked them for a reason. They're spamming, right? And the more and more that they do it from the same IP address, Google will end up taking care of those people on their own, right? I mentioned this because, all of this stuff can affect you from being able to continue moving your purpose forward online, which is the place most people are running their business nowadays, at least partially. Now, some people will run their business in person too. That's the GNA. We want to go back to running some more in-person events at some point, but we also still want to have an online presence, right? And so this allows you to more so protect your online presence. Plus, also, once you block these people, and they tag you in, what you don't see won't affect you, right? Unless you go and you look, which really you should be more focused on moving your purpose forward and not looking to see if people are talking about you. These people, have abused the tagging system because they know you're going to look at your mentions. And if they're spam tagging you, they know it's going to trigger you. They're trying to intentionally trigger you to get a reaction. And when you don't react, what more can they do, right? And again, I'm only saying this for example purposes because this is part of my show today. Now, there's some people behind the scenes, and I love all of you. I'm not feeding into anything. This is part of my experience and an example here, telling everyone to never give up on your purpose. Because again, that's giving up on yourself. Never let anyone else or other group of people, online or offline, affect you from moving your purpose forward, because that's what defines you, right? And who are you if you give up on your purpose? Who are you if you give up on your purpose, right? WrestleMania says, my Elias, yes, autistic, is so much happier now that he is finally finding his purpose and reaching some of his goals. His perseverance is setting accessible goals has been a key for him personally. Awesome. In setting goals. Okay, yeah, I got it, man. No worries. No worries. Yeah, that's good, man. I'm so happy for you and your wife and your son. That's an amazing story, an amazing transformation story. And you all worked hard. You, Jamie, your wife, and even your son, Elias, you've all worked hard to get to this point. And seriously, God bless you. God bless you and your family and your son, Elias. That's an awesome story, awesome success story, man. Furthermore, WrestleMania says, agreed. For instance, before I retired, I had, not an exaggeration, almost 100 episodes of videos I had to edit. I got about 80 of them done. See light at the end of the tunnel. Wow, so you've created 100 pieces of content. You shot 100 pieces of content and you hadn't put them out. You're editing them all together. Is that what you're doing? Wow. I mean, that would be ideal. I don't know if I could take a few months off and create 100 pieces of content. That would take at least 2 to 3 months to create that amount of content and then edit all that. Man, that would just literally, yeah, I don't know, man. That's a lot of work, but hey, man, whatever works for you. That's dedication right there. WrestleMania, I feel much more confident about that specific aspect of my life. Well, that's good, man. That's really, really nice to hear. WrestleMania, I'm really happy for you and your family, man. That's just, you've always been a positive guy, man. You've always been a positive guy. And I'll even tell you this, man. You've been a very encouraging person to be friends with. I mean, we've known each other out here for probably, 6-7 years now. We go back to my original channel before I shut that down back in 2017. Actually, I shut it down in 2018. But we go back to that point, man. And the fact that you're still around, you're still plugging away, and we get to chat every now and then, man. At some point when it slows down, I still want to do some interviews with you and stuff like that. All the craziness has pretty much subsided here on my end. That's part of the rebrand. And I'll reach out to you by email at some point, WrestleMania Jamie, and share more with you. And we're going to have some collab opportunities down the road because I'm focused on. I'm going to start doing some pre-recorded interviews again, podcasts. I think I'm going to call it the GNA Positivity Podcast, the GNA Genuine Networking Association Positivity Podcast. I'm going to interview people pre-recorded, just like I did with you on the channel that no longer exists, and with many other people. We're going to do pre-recorded interviews, and we're going to put them here on the main channel, and then all the live streams will go back on GNA too. WrestleMania, thanks. I really appreciate that. You're welcome, man. Absolutely, you're welcome. Let me see here. I really love this latest version of OBS. And then there's this plugin called Multiple Output. And you can actually, when you install it, it's free. The whole thing is free. It allows you to stream to multiple platforms for free without having to pay a fee. You just have to configure it yourself. And if you're an expert at configuring internet stuff like I am, then it's no problem. And this plugin here also shows me separate bandwidth stats and how much time the live stream's been running on Facebook. It's amazing. It's amazing how much live streaming and live streaming software has improved, especially the free OBS. It's running really well. Good job, guys, out there in OBS land. And OBS is an open source project. Volunteers work on it. They do accept donations, but they do it because they do it for the love of streaming and the love of creating great software to help people. That's awesome. We are at 41 minutes. Let me check one thing real quick here. Give me a second here. Wow. I'm looking at my processor stats and my GPU, graphics processing unit, known as a video card. We used to call them video cards. Now they're called GPUs, graphics processing unit, right? This version of OBS is just running so much more efficiently. It's just amazing. Good job, guys and gals. Well, there's some women on there too, but it's more so men that enjoy doing this. But hey, if a woman likes doing coding and stuff, more power to you ladies nowadays. Seriously, no disrespect intended with that. Furthermore, I think I've said enough about never giving up on your purpose and why. Furthermore, behind the scenes, we have the GNA, Genuine Networking Association, Women's Mastery Empowerment Support Group. And we're looking to add some more women to it. It's on Facebook Messenger. And we're only adding women there that we trust, that are not going to take private voice messages and send them to people on YouTube and have them blasted out all over YouTube. But we're really looking to expand the GNA Women's Mastery. It's been amazing for my girlfriend, Dawn, that runs that division of the GNA. Dawn is basically, my business partner and my life partner. And we've been together almost 3 years now. That's amazing. That's awesome. And okay. Thank you for that, WrestleMania. Everyone, if you feel you're getting value from this stream, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. It shows Eli that you care and it's free. Yeah, thank you so much for that, man. I appreciate that. I really do. That group, we have Tia in there, Sandra Palacio and Queen Helen Casey. And it's been amazing. The ladies support each other daily. It's inspirational. It's encouraging. It's motivational, inspiring. Like I said, inspirational, inspiring, same thing. Must get going. Have a great rest of the day, everyone. Thank you for stopping by, WrestleMania, Jamie. Much love, much appreciation. I'll be in touch soon, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me see if this is showing up. Yeah, it's really weird how Facebook does things nowadays. Give me a second here. Let me check something out real quick. I wonder if I have to share it a different way on Facebook, because the way that they do their events nowadays is just. Let me see here. Yeah. I'm trying to learn Facebook's new system here. Okay. That should take care of that. So, yeah, that group that Dawn's running behind the scenes, let me tell you, she talks with the ladies every single day, and it's amazing. So, um, we want to really build off of that and help as many ladies as possible. Also, we're going to be starting a group for men as well. I'll share more about that another time. I've talked about it before in the past. I believe it's Modern Man Resources, and I do have the website links. If you go to the website, I believe it's modernmanresources.org. It just says, coming soon. We're going to work on that between now, the end of the year, and the beginning of 2025. And then also, we're going to have the co-ed stuff, which is going to be on Facebook. The primary place where we're going to have publicly available group pages will be on Facebook. I have 3 large group pages for the GNA that I've had, since like 2014 or 2015, something like that, like at least 9 or 10 years. So we're going to add people there. You're going to have to be approved into the group by an admin, and you're going to have to answer questions. So there's going to be a process to get in, because, we don't want people to spam and stuff. And if some people bypass our spam filters and get in and create issues, we'll just ban you immediately. We're really trying to avoid detractors and haters, and we want to focus on people that, truly want to better their lives, that believe in personal development and self-improvement. And I don't know why anyone wouldn't want to improve their lives. I don't know why anyone would come at anyone that just wants to help people. Right? You know what I'm saying? So, that is that. I'm going to get going here in a second. We're at 48 minutes. To the people on Facebook, whether you watch this live or on the replay, I would love to interview as many of you from the former GNA, which is the same GNA, from the GNA where we used to run in-person networking events all over Northern California. If you're still an entrepreneur or have a side gig or just love doing interviews and sharing more about your experiences, I would love to catch up with you, do a catch-up interview. Or if you're brand new and you found out about the GNA online through people from the past GNA, I'm open to interviewing you as well. They're going to be pre-recorded interviews. They will not be live. They will be minimum 1 hour, maximum 2 hours. If we go a little bit more in certain cases where warranted, okay. But I don't want them going any longer than 2.5 to 3 hours. But the sweet spot for an interview is 1 to 2 hours, depending on, how interesting it is, and, how much content there is to share, right? How much information there is to share about that particular person, right? And I'm not saying that, some people aren't interesting. Everyone is unique and interesting. It's just some people are not used to doing public speaking, and, it's hard for some people to talk. And if you're not a good talker on these interviews, it forces the host, in this case myself, to do more of the talking. And then it makes me look like I'm overtaking your interview. So, depending on the person, 1 to 2 hours, and you can promote your business. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. And we're going to be doing those right here on the main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. And I'd like to do one interview per week if possible. The interviews will be recorded in the same way as I do these live streams. They'll be recorded what's known as live on tape. So basically, we start the interview where instead of it going out live, it gets recorded on my hard drive. Now, when I do these live streams, I also have a backup copy in high quality recorded on my hard drive simultaneously, right? So in essence, it's the same thing that I'm doing now, with the exception that it won't be going out live while we're doing it. We're going to put it out pre-recorded, right? And that way, we can focus on the interview and not have to focus on the chat. And then what we will do out here on the main channel is we will run what's known as a premiere video. The first time that the podcast gets released, it will be run as a premiere video, and it will have a live chat in there like we have here on the live streams. There'll be a super chat and all that. And then after that, just goes to a regular pre-recorded video. So if you're interested, please reach out to me, eliasmelas at genuinenetworkingassociation.org. Once again, my email is eliasmelas at genuinenetworkingassociation.org. The link is below in the description, or the email is below in the description. It's in the About section of both channels out here, GNA and GNA2, and it's also in the Facebook description as well. My former email, again, like I've been saying, the coach Eli at coach@eliasmelas.com and sanctuary at coach@eliasmelas.com. Those emails, they still work, but they're not being monitored, and you're going to get a kickback auto reply message telling you to email me at eliasmelas at genuinenetworkingassociation.org if you want a response. So that is that. Okay, so later today, I'm just thinking here. Dawn is a doctor's appointment at 4:20. What a great time to have a doctor's appointment, especially someone that uses cannabis for medicinal purposes. What was I going to say? At 4:20, she has a doctor's appointment, and I'm thinking after that, I'm going to come back and do a live stream, a walking stream. Either that, or I might just go walking before her appointment. I probably will do it before. So make sure you're subscribed over on GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. A link is below in the description. If you're on Facebook, you will not get any of the mobile live streams unless you are on YouTube. The only streams you're going to get on Facebook are simulcasts of the in-studio streams. We want to get more and more people from Facebook to start following out here on YouTube as well. And we're going to use both platforms, but I'll tell you this, I like Facebook. Their video platform has gotten a lot better. The quality's gotten a lot better, but it's nothing like YouTube. So we want to get as many of you over here on YouTube as possible. So that is that. And I got nothing more left. It's all good. Things are going well. There's just a lot happening. Don and I love you all, and we may have, who knows, we may have another surprise for you at some point soon. So stick around. Make sure you're subscribed on both channels. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.